Assalamu alaikum viewers. I am Haseeb Khawaja, your host of the show. Today I am with Mr. Qamar Iqbal Sufi Saab. He is spiritual scholar and businessman from Holland. Currently he is living in Pakistan. I came here to ask few questions regarding mysticism and his unique perspective. Sir, first of all, please can you let us know that how our mysticism, Islamic mysticism, is different from other religions' mysticism?
Well, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Haseeb, in my journey of spirituality, I've been through all the kind of spiritualities in the world, including religious spiritualities. And first you have to understand that all the spirituality is based on to use the inner power and the energies hidden in our soul, mind and spirit, in our conscious, in our subconscious, and our spirit. In the world, there are 6 major religions, which are 3 are Abraham, which started from Father Abraham, peace be upon him, which are Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. 3 are religion which are brother religion, which are known as Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. These 3 religions doesn't believe later mentioned Hinduism and Buddhism and Jainism. They don't believe on Jainism and Buddhism don't believe on God. Hinduism believe on God. But these Abrahamic religion, they have same concept. They have one concept that we are here on the earth as an exam. Adam and Eva were not thrown out of heaven, but we all are thrown out of heaven. Christians say we are sinners, but Islam say we are not sinners. We have been forgiven before reaching here. And in Islam, it's mentioned that you have to live here and you have to benefit from this earth. So I always say in my practices that you should be happy and in a peace. Why we work so hard? To get happiness and peace. And Islamic spirituality, even all the spiritualities help you in that, but Islamic spirituality is more balanced. It helps you that you can be a spiritual person and you can be a very successful man in worldly affairs. You can be a very good spiritual person and you can be a very good doctor. You can be a spiritual person and you can be a very good businessman. Even you can be a spiritual person and you can be a good soldier as well. Any aspect of life, you use the spirituality. Because with the higher level of spirituality in your soul, a high level of energy is activated, which give you higher intelligence and which give you all the kind of powers. For example, human soul contains the power to heal the people. Like all the prophet, according to Quran and Bible, they did miracles, and they show all the things which are hidden in our powers, in our soul, in our body, in our spirit. And they taught us to use the same way, and that way is a way of goodness, virtues, and truth. God made the world and it put laws which doesn't change. One law is law of goodness and virtue. And second is of satanic or violence and corruption and, all those wrong, unfair means. Any person who follow the goodness will succeed in this world and life after. And any who do follow the wrong way can succeed in this earth, but he will have no peace of heart and no peace of mind. Only a good person can have a good and peaceful life with all happiness and peace. And because good human being, to make a good human being, it is 90% of the religions, all the religions. Because if you are not a good human being, you can't be a good Muslim, you can't be a good Christian, or neither you can be a good Jews, or even Hindu or Buddhism. About ethics, they all are talking to be a good human being. So all those powers, they go under the positivity. Negativity kills it. I have one word, my own sentence, that negative thinking drains out all your energy. And positive thinkings give you never-ending energy. So in positivity, all those things grow. And all religion they are teaching. But Islam is a complete religion. Before that, when all the religion came, it's the claim of scholars and also of Muslims that all religion, they were corrupted in one or other form. But Islam, because it have Quran, and it came later, 1400 years ago, it contained all the knowledge which human being need, and all the aspects of our life. Laws of peace, laws of war as well. Laws of politics, law of ordinary life, law of spirituality, and every aspect to be happy and to have a peace. It contains all those laws, so it is complete religion. And anybody who follow it, they know that. And scholars have said this thing not one time, many times. There's a long list of those scholars who said that it's a complete religion.
Islamic way of mysticism is a upgraded version of Abrahamic religion, and other two like Judaism and Christianity have a low level of spirituality, or all their souls are equal with us.
In one or other way, they are quite close to each other. But what it is, for example, in Christianity, you have to leave the world. You should be a hermit to have a higher level of their priests and their nuns. They were leaving the world and they were practicing there. But what the result was? A lot of corruption. Because human beings need to be in a company of human beings of opposite sex. We need it. To have more human beings around us and to have an ordinary life. But they were not following that. And the Jews did that. It became religion of only Jews race. You understand? You can become a Jew, I can become a Jew, but they will consider me low Jews. And after that, okay, if a girl become, his next generation will be considered a real Jew, but low caste, because you are not Jews race. So that's why they are not preaching anymore, so it doesn't grow. It is only to their own race. Islam say you are all one. You are black or you are white. There's no difference. Any nation, any continent have no difference. Even Prophet Muhammad in last saying when he went to Makkah in Hujjat al-Wida, he said, you are from one Adam. No black is superior to white and no white is superior to black. No Arab is superior to Ajam, outside Arab, or no outside Arab is superior to Arab. Who's superior? Who have more who follow more God. He's superior. So we should be a good human being. And if you are not, all religion teach you to be a human being. And 90% of it is to be a good human being. But he was
addressing with Muslim Ummah, Muslim peoples. So in this regard, I can understand that Christianity or Judaism have no great ultimate, can achieve ultimate power of Nur. As Muslims,
they can have, to some extent, they can have power. But in history, when I saw that, I'd seen more people in Islam who are more powerful and who are more, you understand, but history is full with lying, especially religious history and spiritual history. But still in Islam you will see many people who have done a lot of things. Even Rumi, a very wise man, Jalaluddin Rumi. If you see his teaching, his must be a room, you will see the difference, and it's a very beautiful and very wise message. But all the religions help you to become a spiritual being, especially Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism have done a lot of work on spirituality. But like I said, religion came to make an ideal human being, and second job of religion is to make ideal society. In that society where will be justice, food, security, peace, love, no discrimination. That only Islamic laws are capable of giving that. But of spiritual being, all the religion have done some work. Some have done 50%, some have done 90%. I've been through all the religion and their practices too. In Holland, about 8 or 10 year time, which was starting from 86 to even not 86 to 1998. I went through all those things and practices and different things. And later on I find out that Islamic practices are much more powerful and more complete, and it covers all the aspects of life, you know. So this is my opinion, and if somebody have doubt, they can discuss with me. And I discuss with many scholars as well, spiritual scholars and religious scholars. I had debate many times, and all the time I find out that it is more complete. Islam is covering every aspect of life.
So,
and it's also mentioned in the Quran that today I fulfill my promise. I completed my knowledge for the human being. It's written in the Quran. And I choose Islam for your religion.
So in this way, as Allah cancelled all previous Sharia, like Christianity or Judaism, I can see that they can't activate their whole energy powers of their souls because Allah has cancelled their Sharia.
They cancel their Sharia, they can still activate, like Hindu can activate too.
But
I've
on
seen
a limited level, I believe.
Yeah, they have higher level. I have not seen anybody with my practice, or I've seen their videos.
Even they are not authorized to activate their all energy centers of this.
Yeah, well,
we Muslims are.
Yeah, we have in that way more powerful. I've seen, because I was tested many times by people, and I was much more powerful than at least people in Holland. Well, in the world there can be some other masters, but what I find out was that Islam verses of Quran contain more energy, because in verses of Quran it's written, it's also instruction to live in the earth, and also nur mean energy, vibration. So it is, Quranic verses have much more powerful energy, and if you simply chant La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, it means nobody should be prayed without Almighty. If you only chant that, after some time you'll feel you are having a high energy in your spirit, and it keep growing. And if you keep on saying nobody should be prayed without Allah, you will not have that power. In Arabic, in special words, in special sentences, it's mentioned, and when you activate when you speak a word, different part of your tongue will move, and different part of your brain will activate. In Hindu, this is known as knowledge of mantra. They keep chanting one mantra, for example, Om, 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 or some other they will chant Vishnu, 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 or Shiva, Shiva, or Hanuman. So all those words activate different part of your brain, and that part will become more powerful. And Islam have complete mantra, very powerful mantra. So other religions, they lost their original script, except Hinduism to some extent. So mantra lose their power. They lost their power. Islam have all religion in original form, and it have all the power of mantra as well. So it gives you much more power. I tried by people who are practicing. I gave them some words to chant, and in very short time, their energy level increased to a great degree. I practiced myself. I gave them different religion practices, and they chanted it, and their results were much more higher when they used the word of Quran.
Okay. Is tawakkul ilallah and law of attraction is same, or both are different?
Well, tawakkul illallah and law of attraction, it seems to be they are close to each other. But tawakkul illallah is much more powerful practice, because law of attraction have only one aspect, and that is, it only covers two parts of our corner. One is happiness and success. But tawakkul illallah helps you to grow your inner powers, your spiritual powers, which are, for example, healing, which are seeing the things, intuition, using your intuition, power of prayers, and then influencing weather, influencing the people mind, influencing the animals, influencing the environment, and even controlling thunder and controlling those things. It's possible for human being. I have noticed it couple of times, not one time. By one or two times it can be coincidence, but many times if you see on different places. So we have all those powers, and to activate those powers which are hidden in our soul, which I mentioned now, is called spirituality. And Islam have all the system to activate that. Yeah.
What are the spiritual principles of rise and fall of any nation?
It is mentioned in all the religious books, and in Holy Quran they completed that. Because the law is all the world. Any nation will rise in the world which will follow the laws of goodness and virtue, truth and virtue. We Muslims are not using that laws. That's why West is much more powerful than us. But when we start using, we'll become more powerful. But people who are in power, they should not misuse the weak people. If Muslim will become a power, it's our duty to give every person their basic needs, to respect their religions. You can't pressurize them. Killing is something far behind. Even you can't tease them. You can't pressurize them. It's the duty of Muslim to give every person on the earth food. If you have two bread, give one to your poor neighbor. If he's Muslim or he's Hindu, or he's a kafir, or he's this, or he's that, we don't care. Christian, Jews, our duty is nobody should sleep with hunger. When the Muslim will be in the power, I hope they will follow Quran, and Quran is to make this world a better place. This is the message of real Quran, and all the religions as well. They are telling you that. And Islam completed that all teachings.
So justice is the solution.
Justice is only one thing which we need to follow in Pakistan. And if justice comes, law and order will be restored. And after that, rich people, they all start gathering there. Because first they need security of their life and then of their money. So it's a political issue I'm not talking about. But what do you mean that about Pakistan, or you are talking about all the world?
All the world.
All the world is running on truth and justice. Where there is no justice, that place will fall and it will be destruction there. Because it's my own word, where it will be justice, there will be no poverty. It means in any country there will be justice, that country can't be poor. So West have a very expensive system of justice, which is killing them. Prisoner in the jail is same expensive like a patient in the hospital. I studied the different European countries, and they all were hell lot of money on, not only on jails, they had many other complications. So if you are not following the rule of God, your family will destroy. religion Islam also cover your family life, and other religions also give shelter to the home life, family life. And West is gone out of religion. In Israel, 80% people, they don't believe on God. They are atheist. So when you leave religion, slowly your family system destroys. And after that, new generation is confused, full with complexes, even criminal. Because complexes of young age never go away with, even if you grow up. Because there's one inner child sitting in us. Even Russia, all the killers and all those people, they studied. And they had reason behind all the crime was their young time, which was full with fear and loneliness and all those things. And religious person is never alone. They always gather in mosque, in churches, and even they have better family life. They had more peace, more inner peace, and a lot of other things.
As you said, Jews are not practicing their religion, but they still support the idea of Israel.
That's another thing. That's political question. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
What Israel is doing, they will be doing, but they are also losing wicket because they are not increasing their group. And every day the fight in between religious and non-religious people will grow more. It's not my topic to discuss about.
You told about the solution is justice. But is this democracy is the best political system to deliver justice in this world?
I believe that just democracy is a system which is fooling all the world. It was only successful in the West because West had last 500 years, they had their time. In the world, there are two systems to collect money. Okay, money, if it is behind any system, that system will run well. Last 500 years, Europeans went out of Europe. They went to America, they went to South America, they came to India, China, and then they looted everything. And they brought it to their own country. And they have mountain of gold there, of gold, every country they had this much money. But because with the power of that money, they were running their system. And then they also developed their industry, which was already starting in the 18th century. And with the industry, they were running until now, but system became very expensive. And it's the duty of democracy to make the system very expensive. And I tell you that it's so terrible system. Muslims have a complete system, which is Islamic system, which is covering all aspects of life. We should use that. Democracy is a slow poison. It's quicksand. You feel you are going, but you are going down, down, and down. I know the corruption in European country, which is growing every year. I know the corruption of America and Canada as well. Australia, I've never been. Canada, even I've never been. But many friends are living, and they are telling me stories of those countries, good and bad stories. Human being is same. European are same like our people, or South American, or any nation. Inside, we are the same. But any culture you grow, you go through a conditioning, and you turn in a different human being, because that culture, it changes you in different. All the cultures have some good things, some bad things. So, on the final, all the world will know the truth. And my belief is that Islam have all the power to create a good society and complete super being, human being, ethically, mentally, spiritually, physically, a complete human being in the world. And all the world is getting more understanding of life. And in the future, they all will come to follow Islamic and Islamic spirituality. because I have not seen any weak point in it. In real practice, there is no weak point, but what is practiced in one country is something different if you go to other one. That's why the Muslim in Indonesia is different than Muslim in Afghanistan. Muslim of Turkey is different than Arab. You know, even we are different than Muslim in any country, Arabs are. So, but real form of Islam, if you study only Holy Quran, you'll find out all the truth. And if you see any weak thing, you should contact me and tell me what's the meaning of this thing. It's very easy to understand, and it's using the language of nature. And it's a very powerful book, and it has a lot of power to attract the people. And chanting its mantras and its thing have also big power. But you should follow the way of goodness to become a high spiritual person. The time you start doing sin, everything come back to you. You do good, it will come back to you. You do bad, it will come back to you. And this is said in all the religions as well. That you are conscious, your inner self, it is controlling you. And everything you do bad, it punishes you. Everything you do good, it helps you. So all the religion, basically, they are based on good thing. But because they can't make ideal society, there they are losing their power. Because they are not complete. In my opinion, Islam is complete.
Yes, I believe Islam is a complete solution for humanity, but we, the Muslims, are poor marketer, and that's why West
Poor
is
salesmen.
Poor salesmen.
Like George Bernard Shaw said.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why West is not supporting this idea, and the global media presented us, we the Muslims, are like a terrorist or extremist, etc. How can we replace or change this idea?
It's very easy. People should read Quran. Our religion should be based on Quran. And if you, any question which arises in your mind, take Quran, start reading it. Any question arise or any confusion arise, write it down, go further. After a few verses, you will have the answer. But you see in the world through media, they are showing a political religions and political Islam. They are only seeing the bad aspects of those Muslim countries. But go to Quran, challenge Quran, I'll be very happy if you find something wrong in it, ethically or spiritually or mentally. Any wrong law, if you find out. Like the critics, they find out many wrongs in different books. I'm not mentioning, I don't want to mention the name of books or anything. But Islam is clear of all, because it is brought as a last book. In Quran is mentioned, today I fulfilled my promise and I completed my religion and I choose Islam as your religion. And my virtue, my goodness is completed on you. My barakah is completed on you. You know?
Okay.
So we have all the law and we have all, Pakistan have to go to Islamic system. This democracy is quicksand. It's only, you know, all politicians in the world are expert of fooling their people. You know, how people can understand what the economy is, how we generate the taxes, how we run the system. People are so stupid. If I go and start telling them that I'll give every person $2,000 while sitting home, everybody will vote me. This is in the West, they are doing too. But still, their people in those countries are little more intelligent. They know that this is a stupid idea. And then, but in our country, it's very easy to fool the people. And democratic leaders, as who said, De Gaulle said, I believe it was De Gaulle, he said, only duty of political leader is to give the fire to languageism, provincialism, and different groups. They always divide and rule. It's the law of politics in the country and outside the country as well. And they only run on fooling the people. Who's more successful in fooling people will become. And democracy is not solution. It's quicksand. It looks like beautiful green grass, but behind it is. That's why West is losing the power. China came with a cheap system, and now China have all the money is directing toward China. For example, 10 big banks in the world, top banks, first 5 are from China. Number 6 is JP Morgan. 7th is again from China. Yeah? So money is turning to that direction and system of West is falling down. They are increasing their taxes, and even Russia, from war of Russia, it is giving them a lot of pressure. But democracy will not survive. It's dying, and they are trying to convert the democracy and communism. They are trying to find a way between, but it will not work. Because they lose the family system, they lost it. And then if there's no strong family, people are weak. People should unite together to be powerful. And when you lose religion, they are divided in different groups. Or at least on the name of spirituality, they should gather. But if you will gather on the name of spirituality, one will find this group, one will see that, third one. You understand?
But
like
China,
Buddhism is spiritual religion and Hinduism is spiritual religion. But they both have different concepts. They hate each other. Hinduism or Brahmanism, basically. Yeah.
but China don't believe in Allah. They how come they became superpower?
I tell you,
emerging superpower without spiritual energy or.
I tell you something very interesting. Wahiduddin Khan, he mentioned in his book that I went to China and I met, he's from Delhi, he died about 1 year, 2 years ago. He said I went to China and I met Mao Zedong 2 years before his death. And I asked him, why did not you put religion, God in communism? And Mao Zedong said, when we were busy preparing our communism, we have to give the manifesto, the final code to run the country and the system. And then we find out that all the religions, we can't complete communism without God. Then we were trying to find which God is suiting our system, practical system. God of Jews, no. God of Christian, no. God of Hinduism, no. But God of Islam were suiting in all aspects of which Tawheed of Islam it means, the law of God, they were mentioned there. He said, we decided to put Islamic God, Allah, in our law. So what happened? I don't know how English they find out this. And just 1 week, 10 days before our announcement of manifesto, they throw so many pamphlets and papers through the aeroplanes, everywhere where it was mentioned from the poor stupid mullahs that communists should be killed. Communists is not human, not human being even. They are enemy of Islam, they are this, all bad things were mentioned about communists. And there were so many different saying and fatwas of mullah that so much hatred was created that in reaction all the communists became enemy of Islam. So it was impossible for us to announce that religion, Allah of Islam in that. So we said, okay, we'll see later. And we started that. So this was what happened. Every wise man, if you study, will come to know that you need some principle to run this world. You need some boundaries. Complete freedom, which is in Europe, they are trying to give kind of complete religion. Except violence, everything is good, but now it's not complete. Complete will be which also saves your family life, which also protect the woman. They claim they protect the woman, but woman is lonely now. And after 10 years, you'll see what is happening there. Time they are losing money, it will be terrible time coming. I don't want they get a terrible time because I respect them as a human being. I respect them African. I respect them as Jews, as human being, Indian as human being. But these political systems, they are just creating hatred, and the West also using this system to create hatred against East. And because Muslim can be united, that's why they are spreading all the propaganda and all the things. Go and see Quran. Read Quran for some time. It will give you lot of knowledge and it will make you clear.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Thanks for watching us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.